Certainly just want to welcome all of you to our second VIP Vincentian Innovator Professionals Gala, also known as the Innovation Gala. And again, due to the pandemic, it's our second gala because last year we were unable to obviously hold it, and that's why this year we're doing this virtually. But again, nonetheless, good to be with all of you. This is certainly a celebration, if you would, of not just the notion of innovation and entrepreneurship, but innovation and entrepreneurship, entrepreneurial spirit, and more importantly, the creativity, if you would, and work of our students and the support that they receive from us, the faculty, as well as us, the administration, and alumni that support our programs as well, and also how the students utilize the sort of wonderful cutting edge resources that we have been able to secure and make available to them and us as we all work together. But again, welcome to this wonderful event. It's really about you, the students. It's about your accomplishments. It's about your achievements. And it's about what we're able to kind of do together, if you would, as we work together in this space. At this point, before I continue, I would certainly like to introduce someone that I've known for a long time, our acting dean of the college, Collins College of Professional Studies, Dr. Glenn Gerstner. So Glenn, please.
Thank you, Carmine. Yeah, very long time, unfortunately.
You look good, though.
I'm glad to welcome all of you here tonight for this event. I've been a faculty member in the Collins College of Professional Studies since 1989. I'm also a graduate of the college, class of 1981. I take great pride in how innovative our college has been and continues to be. This is a night to brag about all of our accomplishments, especially the accomplishments of you, the students. You'll hear all about these accomplishments later, but there's no better example of what we've done than our new Bachelor of Science program in Game Development and Emerging Media, which begins in September. The hard work of our faculty, administrators, staff, and especially students is on display here tonight, and I'd like to offer special thanks to Dr. Luca Andoli and Dr. Carmine Gibaldi for their commitment to innovation on behalf of CCPS. And without any further ado, I'm going to turn it back to Dr. Gibaldi.
Thank you, Dr. Gerstner. Pleasure is ours, by the way, and thank you for all the support you lend to everything that goes on within CCPS. Greatly appreciated, greatly appreciated. So before getting to looking at kind of the growth and all that we offer, certainly a word or two regarding kind of why does innovation in a way and entrepreneurship kind of matter to all of us? Well, innovation and entrepreneurship are certainly linked together. There's this direct kind of relationship. Innovation, obviously, unto itself, really goes to creating something new. But it doesn't only always create, if you were to cause a new business to be created. Entrepreneurship is where we kind of identify the opportunities in great innovations, if you would, and create opportunities for those innovations to thrive. As you see posted in the slide that's up on the screen, entrepreneurship and innovation at CCPS is growing as we speak. Key to that, before I get to those particular issues, are that, and everyone certainly attending this evening and the student population should keep in mind that all students, regardless of their area of concentration, benefits from studying, learning, and quote, kind of doing in this particular space of working in innovation and entrepreneurship. And it's available to all. We started, by the way, as we sort of moved to, before we get to that slide, we began moving into this entrepreneurial space. I think Dr. Gerstner kind of touched upon it. CCPS was always kind of the innovative entrepreneurial place, historically, if you look back at the university. Certainly, we offered only one course, but 20 years ago in entrepreneurship. As of 2017, a second course in social entrepreneurship was offered, and a scholarship has been associated with it since 2017. but we really kind of started, if you would, look at the big push and look at the menu that is presented on the screen to you in 2019, where now we offer much, much more than I already alluded to. The growth as we look to it, as you can see, is presently we offer a minor in entrepreneurship, again, available to any student with terms of any concentration. We offer 4 badges, and again, all of these will be addressed, particularly badges and many of the other issues. Badges in entrepreneurship, Design Factory, as Dr. Yandoli will speak to later, has been incorporated, and we are part of the Design Factory model at St. John's University, more specifically CCPS. We have a pitch competition known as Pitch Johnny, which has become very, very successful. We've incorporated the Big East Challenge as part of what we offer in this space of entrepreneurship and innovation. Also, we participate in a number of global innovation and entrepreneurship or entrepreneurial events. And the number of courses in entrepreneurship have certainly increased and expanded certainly dramatically, where now, again, the demand for the courses is exceeding the sections and number of courses that we're offering, but obviously we're responding to that demand and need by you, the students. As again, we look to the growth implications of what's been taking place in the entrepreneurial space. We, working with the Tobin School of Business, developed a master's program, an MS, if you would, in entrepreneurship and innovation. It's 36 credits. Students working full-time can actually complete it within a year and a half. We are presently, and this will hopefully come about as we move into the 2021-22 academic year, develop pathways, connecting, again, undergraduate programs to this graduate degree, facilitating entrance into that program and actually allowing students to take graduate courses prior to entering that master's program. Some of the courses that, again, you can see up on the screen that will be offered come the fall of 2021 include ENT 1000, which is Creativity, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship, ENT 1002, which is Social Entrepreneurship, ENT 1003, New Venture Initiation. We also have a new honors course. The honors program at St. John's University has incorporated what's called Honors HON 1005, Creativity, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship for honors students only, and as well as a graduate course, part of that graduate program that I was speaking to just a moment ago, which is given through the Tobin College of Business, which is the INN Innovation, if you would, 200, which is Invention, Innovation, and Lab to Market. Again, graduate class. At this point, I'd like to defer to my colleague, again, Assistant Dean Kevin James, as he will address, as you see on the screen, implications regarding entrepreneurial badges.
Everyone, my name is Kevin James. I'm one of the Assistant Deans and Director of Fiscal and Administrative Affairs here at the Collins College of Professional Studies. And I'm thankful that we get a chance to really discuss our brand new entrepreneurship badges. So these badges are hosted through a company called Credly. We have a partnership with them, and essentially what they are is students can actually take a series of courses, the courses that were distinguished and discussed by Dr. Gibaldi, and you take them in a certain mode, whether you take Entrepreneurship 1000 first, ENT 1002, or another class, whether it be in fashion, social entrepreneurship, hospitality entrepreneurship, or even just any entrepreneurship course that you really think is important. These badges are actually credentials that you can actually put directly on Facebook, Twitter, or even on LinkedIn, so others can see that you actually have solid evidence of a skill that you have earned here at the university. What's cool about this versus traditional minors, which are great as well, is that you can actually add this directly on in a digital, almost like a digital fingerprint of like what you've done. And it's really a great credential for you to have. So, more information will be available shortly, and we're going to be starting these badges in the fall semester. So these are just some brand new things that I definitely think many of you will definitely enjoy.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Would you like to address the Pitch Johnny implication as well?
Sure. Oh, absolutely. Thank you. So we also just as a side note, also last semester, we actually had our fourth ever Pitch Johnny competition. This edition it was in celebration of the 150th anniversary of the university. Pitch Johnny 2020 is what we call Innovation Thrives here, and it was such a special event for us because while yes, we had to do it remotely, it also shows the creativity and innovation that we wanted to showcase to our students. So in this case, this year's competition, students would be able to compete remotely, which they did in a digital competition. We had over 30 entries across the university, with some of our students who are here today competing in our finals in our for-profit and social entrepreneurship divisions. We reached out to close to 20,000 alums showcasing what we're doing in terms of the university. And we received close to over 500 votes between alumni, current students, and those who are interested in just looking at what we were offering. We also had great sponsors, and I'd just like to take a moment to also thank the sponsors for this year's Pitch Johnny competition. They helped raise the funds so that we could have this competition. And particularly our CCPS advisory board really stepped up and really was like, we are really for this, particularly our outgoing chair of the board, Steve Farella. If anyone's interested and wanted to learn more about what we did for Pitch Johnny or look at the final video for the final competition, feel free to look at us on www.stjohns.edu/pitchjohnny. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Dean James. Appreciate it. Dr. Indole, would you like to address the implications around the Big East competition?
Absolutely. I just want to give you all an overview of a number of initiatives that we ran last year, not only to celebrate them, but also to remind you that we're going to run these initiatives again, most of them at least, in the fall. So you can get ready if you want to participate. You can get to know more about that. So Pitch Johnny competition is just the start of a process, if you want. Of course, it's not mandatory, but it's an opportunity. What we do, we select one, what we think is one of the best ideas among the finalists, and that team or person will represent us at the Big East Startup Challenge in a grand final where all the winners of the pitch competition in different Big East universities will compete. This normally happens, so Pitch Johnny happens in the fall. This normally happens immediately at the beginning of the spring. Also, we have created a pitch to plan pathway that you can use to develop a full business plan and participate to the Christmas business plan competition, which is organized by the Tobin School of Business. Now, the advantage of participating to these competitions is there are two types of advantages. One is very obvious. It's prizes, so you can make some money that you can use for ideas, for instance, to further develop as kind of seed money. But the most important one is the learning process that occurs through this process, the feedback that you get from experts and advisors along this pathway. So first thing to look at for in the fall is Pitch Johnny, the next edition. Normally, beginning of September, we post the call for application. I want to also give you very quickly an idea of a number of international activities that we run in and around entrepreneurship. As you can see from the slides, we are affiliated to a number of programs and global networks, all of which are kept together by having students participating in international activities, sometimes in study abroad. It normally is. Of course, because of COVID, we had to do most of these online last fall. And for the next fall, we still don't know. It could be hybrid, online, or even in person. We will have to wait to know. But for sure, we're going to run this initiative anyway. I would probably move to the next one already, which is a very interesting project that we had last year. Actually, 3 classes participated to this initiative. It was a challenge proposed by a Dutch foundation who was working with a university in Zimbabwe. And the objective was the creation of an incubator at this university and the students were tasked with sort of a ideation challenge in terms of proposing a design for this incubator, what this incubator should do, and how could work. Again, we had 3 classes led by one by myself, one by Dr. Gibaldi, another by Dr. Basilio Monteiro, and we had I don't remember exactly the number of students, but probably something around 50 students, 60 students participating to this project, working with other people from other universities, and eventually coming up with a plan for this incubator. And some of these students won the final, but that will be announced later because there was a competition associated to this particular initiative. The next one is the Global Entrepreneurship Week. This was a full week in which students participating again with other international universities to the Global Entrepreneurship Week, which is a week that is internationally held to recognize entrepreneurs across the world. So different institutions participate with different initiatives. This one is organized by the Rotterdam University of Applied Science, which is one of our partners for study abroad, and specifically for study abroad in entrepreneurship. And we had a full class again from St. John's, and here I wish to thank Professor Moore for leading this class, participating to this particular challenge, in which students were presented with a challenge from real entrepreneurs, especially in the field of sustainable travel. I think this was the topic for this year.
Yep.
I don't need to explain to you the benefit of participating to this initiative for students, even at a time in which you cannot, unfortunately, travel. Of course, when you can travel, it's even better, and hopefully that will happen soon. Normally, we participate also in person, so there might be scholarship or there might be seats for you. Again, this starts in the fall, so keep an eye on our webpage. I'll put it in the chat in a minute, so you can have a place where you can get all your updates. The next one is something that is actually open for application. Tomorrow is the deadline, so sorry for short notice, but this is European Innovation Academy. This is a wonderful program. This is a summer program. It's an accelerator, a place where you get your idea to the next level. And this one is particularly great because, as you can see, maybe not so much, but at the bottom of that picture, you have some company logos. You have companies of the caliber of Google, Microsoft, and Acrobat, and others in the digital world. So what you're going to do here is basically, if you are selected, you can present your idea, you can work with the team, and more importantly, you can get a lot of mentorship by these people from the industry. And plus, you're going to get 3 credits that you can transfer towards one of our entrepreneurship classes. And because there's a summer credit that you get from another university, most of the time you can transfer these credits for free. So if you can have that in your study plan, basically those credits will count towards your degree. So we have 1 seat available, 1 free seat. Normally you have to pay almost $2,000 to participate to this one if you want to participate on your own. But we have been given by the organizer, thanks to our partnership, 1 free seat. I'll post in the chat in a minute the link where you can do your application. The application is pretty easy. You can do it in 1 day, I assure you. And then you're going to compete for this seat for this summer. Of course, it's going to be online, unfortunately. Starting next year, we already have 2 seats secured for the next summer, and hopefully it'll be in person. Next meeting, 2022. Just one word about the Design Factory. This is a new space we have created and inaugurated just before the pandemic hit. And it's called a Design Factory. It really is a space that we want the students to use for their innovation, for their project, and for their prototyping activities. The whole idea is that to build an entrepreneur, you have to be able to build something, to test something. If you cannot build something, it just works. You cannot really learn. You cannot really measure the result of this learning. So this space is going to provide you with a number of technologies for early stage prototyping. So building something maybe not very sophisticated at the beginning because you don't really know yet, but to start your learning process, customer discovery process. And of course, we enforce this type of methodology in the classes that we teach. So when you combine the class with the space, you have the best of both worlds. Last thing that I want to mention is the very, very new initiative, super fresh. This will be inaugurated in 2 days, actually. You see that we have an event on May 6th, and then what is this? This is a partnership with a company who is specialized in intellectual property, which is the legal protection of your ideas, things like patents, copyright. And those are very important. If you want to start something, probably it's one of the first things you have to do is to make sure that your idea gets the adequate legal protection. Otherwise, other people will imitate it. And you cannot do much about it if you do not have that protection. But it's a very complicated field. You normally need the support of a lawyer. You need to spend some money. So you need some help to get yourself started with intellectual property. And what we're going to do with Pearl and Cohen, that's the name of the company, is basically to select some students who are really at a good point in the development of their project and who are willing to do more about it, and to send them to one of the Pearl and Cohen counselor who is going to give them free advice, at least to get them started on the IP part of their business. If you want to know more, and also we're going to give, not really us, we have a guest speaker, as you can see, a patent attorney will give you an introduction about what IP is and why it's important and the different types. And then we'll have a discussion about it. And also we will present and launch this new initiative that will be probably fully in place, again, starting next fall.
Thank you, Dr. Iandoli. Thank you very much for all you do. And particularly in that global space, it really kind of has stretched our entrepreneurship and innovation program to that global level and made lots available for our students. Thanks. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. As you can see, and as I mentioned earlier, part of our entrepreneurial program at CCPS is back in 2017, Dr. Shashi Shah, Professor Sumitra Jankor Shah's husband, developed a scholarship in her name. She is unfortunately passed on. She was a colleague of mine and ours at St. John's University, a very thoughtful person and individual well beyond her area of expertise or discipline in economics, and felt very strongly about the social entrepreneurial space and what could be, should be done. So we thank him for creating the scholarship in Professor Shah's name. Again, the Professor Sumitra Jankor Shah Memorial Scholarship, which we now offer each year to a rising female senior. And again, it's to support, as you can see, female entrepreneurs to address a social entrepreneurial project or problem. Unfortunately, Dr. Shah, Professor Shah's husband, is unable to join us this evening due to an illness on his part, but we do wish him a speedy recovery. I certainly would like to mention that it's certainly my great pleasure to award this year's Professor Sumitra Jankor Shah Memorial Scholarship to a former student of mine, as well as someone who's involved in the entrepreneurship minor and has done lots of good work. And we still have great expectations as to what she'll be working on next year as I mentor her through this process. That's Miss Alexis Daniels. So again, I'd like to congratulate Alexis Daniels on receiving this upcoming year's scholarship in the name of a very well-known professor at CCPS. Congratulations again, Alexis. Luca, I think it's back to you.
Thank you, Carmine. As I mentioned before, we had 2 of our students participating to the Incubator project, the international project, who won the final of the competition associated with the project. We are very proud of them. They are Tinel de la Cruz and Paula Sousa, both students in a Master of Entrepreneurship and Innovation.
Congratulations.
We also have a number of other students awards. Specifically, we have selected Best Student Project in our classes in different terms, starting from fall 2020. So this one, the first one is for the students in the Entrepreneurship 1000, Creativity, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship for the fall 2020 term. And the recipients of this year award are, and please forgive me if I mispronounce your name, do my best, William Yves Casimir, Dennis London, Amber Mendez, and Mahmouda Rahman. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Same award, but this time for the edition of the class, the same class, but the edition of this spring 2021. The recipients of this year's award are a team who's developing a new app to better to help students to better collaborate when they study in a remote way. And these are the team members: Sarah Khan, Lucille Spata, Alicia Furnari, Brigitte Abrams, and Alexandra Radenkovic. Congratulations to all of you.
Congratulations again.
And again, Best Student Project Award for ENT 1002. This is our social entrepreneurship class. And the recipients of this year awards are Josiah Sico White for the fall 2020 edition of this class, and Selena Rodriguez for the spring 2021 edition of this class. Congratulations.
Congratulations, both of you.
And Best Student Project Award, this time for ENT 1003, which is our class dedicated to new venture initiation. The recipients of this year awards are Jordanos Hale for the fall 2020 edition, and Mark Friedel for the spring 2021 edition. Congratulations to both of you.
Well done. Congratulations.
We also want to celebrate our Peach Journey finalists. We divided the finalists in two categories. This is how the competition is structured. So we have for-profit and not-for-profit business ideas. So for the for-profit section, the recipients of this year award are Shrikant Parot, Evan Felcher, and Stephen Sweet.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. While for the not-for-profit section of the competition, the recipients are Amanda Murray, Ariel Metayer, and Madison Medar.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. As I mentioned before, we select one idea. It has to be an undergraduate student who will represent us at the biggest startup challenge grand final. And this year, our representative was Evan Felcher again. So this is to recognize his participation to the big startup, the biggest startup challenge.
And certainly to, I guess, thank you, Dr. Iandoli. To close this evening's event. And again, looking forward to next year being in person and doing it bigger and better than ever. But certainly want to thank everyone that joined us and is here with us this evening, and those that made this kind of happen. Congratulations to all of the award recipients. I'd like to thank, special thanks also to Dr. Almerinda Forte, where many of these, she's the chairperson of Administration Economics, where many of these ENT courses rest, and she's worked hard at sort of assisting us in getting them out there. And again, I want to remind all students, in addition to kind of thanking all of you, that again, you know, all of you are eligible to take any of these ENT courses as individual courses. Any of you are eligible to work on attaining a badge within the context of working on your concentration, regardless of what that concentration or focus might be. And that, again, we're here as faculty, as administration, to help you, to facilitate the process, to assist you. And we want all of you to take great advantage of what we are all offering you. But again, congratulations to all of the award recipients and even those that didn't. There were many great ideas, I must tell you, that come out of the classes that we all teach. And it was a very difficult process to sort of identify 1, 2, 3 individuals within those courses. And I always encourage everyone to kind of pursue those ideas that they come up with, the innovation piece, and kind of move it to making it kind of happen for themselves. And we are, again, always available to you. But again, thank you, faculty. Thank you, administrators. Thank you, students. Thank you all for kind of joining us this evening at this great event. Thank you very much. Wish you all much good luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you.